So I invested around $3,000 to learn how to basically grow on YouTube, make my videos go viral, right? And I learned from people like Hamza, Charlie Morgan, Andrew Kirby, Leon Hendricks. But I also bought a lot of like, I don't know. I just bought a lot of a lot of these fucking books on how to become better at speaking and wait, let me how to become better at speaking and how to make my YouTube videos go viral and all that shit, right? There are actually 10 things that actually stood out to me that I want to discuss with you in this video. And the last one is going to be very fucking controversial. Now, at the end of this video, I'll also have, I don't know, some template or some Google Docs document where you can just see all the notes I made from from the mastermind from Leon Hendricks that I actually took. Yeah, man, that's basically it. So the first one is positioning. Because what I learned from Leon Hendricks is that there's only 4 reasons that people actually watch your video. The first one is they want to have a connection with you. The second one is they want to become inspired or motivated by the things that you actually say. The third one is because they just want to be entertained. And the fourth one is because they want to learn anything. Now my question for you is, why do people watch your YouTube videos? Do they want to get entertained or do they actually want to learn something? This is very important to actually think about, because this depends on your entire style of your videos, right? This is by the way the second point. This is why it's also very important to actually know your dream customer. So if you don't know, this is one of my favorite books of all fucking time, right? It's called Expert Secrets. You just need to buy it. Basically, the author in there talks about how you should have a dream customer, and this is basically somebody that is a fictional person, and he's going to be your ideal client. So I want you to think about what your ideal client would look like right now. How old is he? Is it a man? Is it a women? Where are they looking for? Do they want to become entertained? I don't know, what's the reason they watch your video? What would hook them? Why would they click on your video? These are very important things to actually know, bro. And this is also why, for example, you see with Mr. Beast, he's doing a lot of these like crazy faces, right? Like I gave a stranger $1 billion, something like that, right? This works for him. I think he's getting like very high CTR. I think he said once it was like 40% or something like that. That's fucking crazy, bro. But for us, this doesn't work for us. This doesn't, or at least for me not, because I work in I want to learn people something, right? When people see a thumbnail like this, people don't associate that with learning. People don't think like, oh, he's having this crazy face, he's going to teach me something. Now, of course, I'm also going for the connection. I also want to have a connection. Doing these crazy faces isn't my true authentic self. And this brings me actually to the next point. Because everybody is saying like, content. You need to make your content, and I don't know how you say it, like wait, I actually wrote it down. An extension, I think. Yeah, an extension of yourself. You need to make your content an extension of yourself. So if you're this very outgoing person, you're always screaming when you're talking to people or something like that. You're very extreme. You're over the top. your YouTube channel is very likely going to be very much over the top as well. It's going to be very energized. Let's put it that way. It's going to be very energized. For me, I'm not that guy. I don't like screaming. When I'm when I'm with people, I'm just sitting there. I'm chill, right? Sometimes I crack a couple of jokes. I realize I don't really do that on my YouTube channel. I don't know why, but I don't know. It just comes natural to me. Talking to the camera comes natural to me. But this was only after I posted like 75 videos, right? And this brings me to my next point. And this kind of works together with the past point, with the last point as well. You need to know, and you really don't want to hear this, but you need to focus on consistency. And this is why it's so important to have your content as an extension of yourself, because then you're more likely to play the long-term game. You're more likely to do this for years instead of months, because YouTube it's a long-term game, right? I'm on YouTube for around 9 months right now. I got like 200 subs, but the thing is, I don't really care because I know it's a long-term game. I'm not really pushing for subscribers right now because I want to get my reps in. I want to get more experience when I'm posting YouTube videos. Right now I'm practicing my speaking skills. I'm practicing my charisma. I'm practicing. If you're listening to me, I'm doing a good job, right? So, yeah, man, this is very important. You need to know that it's all about consistency. Charlie Morgan has this analogy where he says like, it's kind of like a skill, right? You have this skill. Every time you're posting a video, you're putting a rock in a skill, basically. And the heavier the skill weights, the more views you're getting. But now when you miss a day on your upload schedule, you need to take a rock out as well. And then it will become lower. The weight will become lower, so you will have less views. And it's exponential. Every single YouTuber says this. It's like, it's exponential. Every single video has the possibility to go viral. Another thing is, and this is a kind of a little bit of a controversial one as well, you need to capitalize on other people's momentum. So for example, when you see back in the day, like I think it's around a year ago, you saw Andrew Huberman popping off like crazy, right? So what do? What you want to do then is you want to make videos about Andrew Huberman. Oh, I tried Andrew Huberman's morning routine for 30 days. These are the results. That's fucking powerful, bro. Because now you're kind of capitalizing his momentum, basically. But also, when you see a title that's performing really well, like, I don't know, 3 months ago it was like, oh, how to make 2024 the best year of your life or something like that, or something with 2024. You have a bigger chance of going viral as well. When you see titles that are working really well for other people, just steal them, bro. Copy them one-on-one. And a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers don't really say that they're doing these things, but they actually do, bro. A lot of people do these things. Leon Hendricks does this, Hamza does this. Like, it's kind of funny because if you see it once, you see it everywhere. You see everybody copying all these titles, bro. Everywhere. Guaranteed. Like, when you're starting to do this yourself, you literally see, oh, wait, this thumbnail or this title is actually copied from this guy who copied this from this guy. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny, right? But yeah, man, I think those two are very powerful. Also, when you see somebody that's popping off, ask yourself, why is he popping off? Now, the next one is obsession. Every single person that I've seen is obsessed with YouTube. Hamza, he was fucking obsessed, bro. It was his only thing, right? Then Leon Hendrix, again, it is both of their full time job. Andrew Kirby, I think it was his full time job as well to do YouTube. Everybody's obsessed, bro. Look at Mr. Beast. He was studying the algorithm every single day. Every single fucking day. For years. Day in, day out, day in, day out. He literally said sometimes it was like 10 hours or 12 hours in a row that he was studying this algorithm. That's fucking crazy, right? Now, there's a question that I actually want you to ask yourself. What is better for the viewer? Because we as content creators, sometimes we're kind of selfish, right? Be honest, be honest. Sometimes we're kind of selfish, right? All we think about is like, I want to get views, I want to make money, I want to sell my product, I want this, I want likes, I want fame. I don't know what your goals are, but you want things. But that's not how you grow on YouTube. You grow on YouTube by serving an audience. They like your videos. They watch your videos. And now it's going to get pushed out to more people. When they like your videos, they're more likely to watch your next video again, right? So my my question for you is, what is better for the viewer? And when I was in Leon Hendrix' mastermind, I saw this over and over and over again. He kept asking this question like, what is better for the viewer? People were asking him a question like, oh, should I do this or should I do this? And he just asked like, what is better for the viewer? Every single time. And at some point it was just drilled into me. I was like, oh fuck. You just need to ask yourself what's better for the viewer. And you're all fine. And this kind of brings me to my, I don't know, 7th point or something like that. This is, you need to cut fluff. You need to cut out all the bullshit information, basically, right? Cut out things that don't really matter. Because what is better for the viewer? Is it you keeping the information or you talking about things that don't really matter? Or is it you cutting out the fluff? Of course it's cutting out the fluff, right? So you always need to ask yourself, what is better for the viewer? It's always cutting out fluff. So this was my next point. You need to cut out the fluff. Make your video shorter if possible. If you can say something in 5 minutes, but you make a video in talking 15 minutes about it, then make it in 5 minutes. Re-record it, make it in 5 minutes. Talking about cutting fluff and all that shit, I want to talk about packaging. Because when you look at people like, I don't know, Leon Hendrix, Hamza, they all have very simple packaging. One of Hamza's best performing videos, or his best performing videos, is a before and after, right? I think his second best performing videos is him with some food around him. His third best performing video is literally his hand. It's simple, but it's effective. I think simplicity when you do thumbnails and titles and stuff, it's key. Literally everybody again says this, right? Simplicity is key, simplicity is key, simplicity is key. There's this quote that my friend actually told me about. He said, complexity fails, simplicity skills. And it's so fucking true. People always overcomplicate making money and all that stuff, but it's fairly simple, right? Once you know what to do, it's fairly simple in my opinion. So yeah, man, make your thumbnails simple. And this doesn't mean like, oh, you only need a face or something like that, but don't add elements when you don't need to add them. Especially, I think we're kind of in an authenticity meta right now where people really value having a connection with you when they're watching you. Less is more. Essentialism is key. If you have a YouTube title and it's 50 letters, but you can make it 33 letters, for example, make it 33, bro. You know that's important, right? Let me see. So we covered positioning, we covered others, people, momentum, we covered obsession, simplicity, what's better for the viewer, consistency. Alright, so yeah, man. I don't know how many we are, at what point we are right now, but the next point is you kind of want to make it a group feeling, right? You want to make it a community feeling. You want to make them feel like they're part of a community. So how do you do this? Well, first of all, you might want to start your own community. So what I do is I personally have a website on school that I'm hosting, and people can just click in the description. They can go to the description, click on that link, join my free school community. Bro, this sounds like a CTA. I'm not even going to lie to you, but that's what people can do, and then they can talk to people that are like them in there. That's fucking powerful, bro. Because now what you can do is you can talk about the people in your community. You can say, "Oh yeah, I just got a comment from somebody in my community, and he said this and this and this." Now people feel way more, I don't know, it just creates a group feeling, right? Another thing is I hosted a meetup with my community as well in my country. That's crazy, right? Another thing is there's this, again, this book, buy it, bro, but this book talks about us versus them. Expert Secrets, Russell Brunson talks about when you throw rocks at enemies, people either love you or they really fucking hate you. It's either one of these two, right? You need to be more controversial. And the thing is, there are a lot of pussies out there right now that are scared about what do other people think of me. Are you fucking bitch? Are you fucking bitch? You need to be more controversial, bro. I know it sounds kind of fucked, but there's two sides, right? There's either this very left side or there's this very right side. When you are in the middle, you just give the advice that the government gives. Nobody's going to fucking listen to you. Now, when you're too extreme, I think that's bad as well. Even though when you see people like Andrew Tate, they're very extreme, but people still love them, right? But again, people either love Andrew Tate or they fucking hate him. People either love Hamza or they fucking hate him. So I think it should be more controversial. What's another way is to mention comments. I think that creates a very group-like feeling as well. Also, you could also say like we are this, we are that, and you kind of create their identity. Oh, we are YouTubers. We are the top 1% of people. We are educators. We are perfect. I don't know. We are the healthiest in the world. Something like that, right? That's very powerful as well. Because again, it's like the us versus them, right? It's we are against them. So that's another thing. Then I think I already spoke about this. Yeah, man. So you need to know your dream customer well. Then the other thing is, what is a reason for people to stay to the end? So for example, with this video, right? What did I do? I told you, oh yeah, the last thing is going to be very controversial. The last tip is going to be very controversial. And I also got a bonus for you that you can, with all the notes that I made on the Leon Hendricks Mastermind, that you can check out. You see what I did there? I gave you a reason to basically stay to the end. But also throughout the video, you want to kind of keep these loops open, right? So this is why I think it's very powerful that if you can, you do listicles. So listicles basically means, oh, I got 10 tips. Number 1, eat the frog. Number 2, clean up your diet. Number 3, clean your room. When you have these listicles, you just say like, oh, number 1 is this, but this is not everything, or oh, but if you only know this, you're not going to become you're not going to come very far in life, because you also need this. Oh, but if you don't have this, then X will happen. You open a new loop. You see, what I said, for example, in this video, I just literally said like, oh, but this is not everything. Or I don't know what I said. I said like, oh, but this brings me to the next point. And now you might be thinking like, oh, but what's the next point? And so I kind of hooked you for another minute or so, right? Now, the last tip that I'm going to give you, as I said, this is kind of controversial, but this is a very important one. And I'm so grateful that I actually learned this at such at such a young age, basically, right? So much in the beginning of my journey, because a lot of people, they optimize for views and getting more and more views. But there's this quote that says that likes ain't cash. Likes ain't cash, bro. So you might be like fucking famous and there are literally YouTubers with 2 million subscribers. They make 10 to 20k a month. But then there's also people with 10k subscribers. They make 3 mil a month, or they make like $3 million. Likes ain't cash. So the reason I tell you this is because I want you to know that there's 2 things you could optimize for, right? One is to get more views and like become the most famous YouTuber out there or something like that. But the second thing is you can also optimize for making money. And most of the time, people always think like, oh, when your audience grows, then your money will grow with it, right? But that's not true. Because you need to attract the right audience. That's very powerful. You need to attract the right audience, bro. So my question for you is, what is the right audience? Because they need to have money. That's the most important thing. They need to have money, and they need to be willing to give you money as well. So yeah, man, likes in cash. I got a guide. I released a full like 7-hour guide on my YouTube channel, right? And it got like 130 views, and I was like, fuck it. I spent so long on this guide. I spent like 6 weeks on this guide, and it only got 130 views. And the likes ratio, I got like so many likes. I got like 20 likes or something like that on 130 views. That's kind of crazy. But the thing is, people actually liked it a lot. I know it sounds kind of funny because they actually liked it literally, but I mean like they appreciated that I created a full course on how to make money. And they started watching it. I gained a lot of subscribers from that one as well. And this one created my more true fans of mine, basically. It, how do you explain this? It just gave me better customers. Because most kids online, most like 15-year-olds, they're not really down to watch a 7-hour video on how to make money, right? But if they're actually committed, and I guarantee them that they can make money if they just copy me, of course, the really dedicated people are going to watch it. So yeah, man, that's all the 10 tips that I got for you today. I really hope you appreciated the video. I got a so the notes are in the description from the Leon Hendricks Mastermind. I don't know. I just say like check out the notes here, and then I have a link. Very simple. You can do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe. I don't know. That's it. Thank you for watching.